are we doing this evening, everybody? Well, here. All right. Hopefully that camera doesn't dip out too much. So I thought I'd get out tonight, chase a little bit. Let me flip this around so I can see y'all. How you doing, everybody? Jeff Smith here. Thought I'd get out, kind of chase the potential severe threat that we have for this area in extreme northeast Kansas, northwest Missouri, southeast Nebraska, southwest Iowa. Currently under severe thunderstorm watch for these areas until 10 p.m. tonight. The main threats are wind gusts up to 70 miles per hour, isolated hail as well, upwards of an inch in diameter, are said to be the primary threats with these cells. They've been firing kind of in that southeast Nebraska, northwest Missouri area already. We do have cells firing also down to the southwest of my location, down around Topeka right at the moment, that are also tracking kind of up this way. Parts of the area are under a marginal risk for severe weather. Other parts are under a slight risk. There's also a 2% tornado risk. Not to rule out the possibility of a brief spin up or something, but that threat's pretty low. Like I said, the primary threats are the wind gusts, isolated wind gusts, and hail. Currently in northeast Kansas, kind of game plan, looking at radar, seeing what I want to do, where I want to head, and just kind of go from there. So I appreciate y'all joining in with me for the ride. The sky is starting to darken up a little bit, so I'm going to kind of look at radar here, kind of game plan the target area. There's kind of a gap right now in the storms that are north of me, and the storms that are southwest of me. So just kind of game planning what direction I want to head. There's belief that storms will kind of fire off here and there, isolated, throughout the evening, all the way upwards till about 10 o'clock tonight, and then things are supposed to start tapering from there. So we'll get rolling here, and we'll see what we can do. See if we can get into anything, maybe a little bit of structure, maybe a little bit of something. Not anticipating any, photogenic tornadoes or anything like that, but we also kind of have a saying with the Midwest ISO project, don't sleep on 2%, because history has shown that even 2% have produced. So not saying that's going to happen, but just thought I'd throw that up there. As you can see, the new layout on the screen, new graphics went with. So hope y'all like that. New logo up and everything. Let me get a couple things switched here. Let me look at radar, and I'll be right back with y'all. just updated the alerts for Kansas, since I'm over on the Kansas side. But I think we'll go ahead. We're going to, let's see. Let me take a look here. The storms that are off to the, would be my northwest, are well upwards. I'd be kind of making a hard run to try to catch those. So we may trek out west a little bit and see what we can get there. We'll head out west here a little bit, see if the storms start to move our way, if anything starts to pop. And if not, then we'll make a run for Northwest Missouri. So appreciate y'all being with me. Feel free to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, follow along anytime I go live. But I appreciate y'all joining in for the ride. Temperatures right now are right about 97 degrees. But I know we've got dew points upwards of the low to almost mid 70s and dew points for this general area. As I'm moving to the west here in Kansas, northeast Kansas, I might actually reroute and make my way up to northwest Missouri. Just kind of watching how things play out on radar here. There is a chance this whole thing will bust, that there won't be much to run with or anything like that, but we'll give it a shot and see. If you're live in the chat there, go ahead and say hey. Let me know where you're watching from. We got a little bit of downtime here in between. My hopes are is that some of these storms will start popping. Maybe we can get something a little photogenic, maybe a little bit of lightning, something for you guys to see on the live here. Currently up here in northeast Kansas, headed west on US 36, passing through Wathena, Kansas here. I would have liked to have gotten on those storms up in the northwest Missouri area, but by the time I was able to get free to come out for them to start chasing, those had already fired a little sooner than expected. So I think only one of them currently has a severe thunderstorm warning on it, and that's actually more so closer there to the Missouri-Iowa line. If you enjoy the content that I share with you, and definitely plan to bring you more coming up here, be a lot more active. Been a little bit of downtime, been working on equipment, trying to bring a better stream to you guys. But if you do like the content and everything, and you wish to donate to support the stream, all donations are appreciated. As some of you may know, some of you might know, storm chasing is kind of an expensive venture to take upon. Almost all of your expenses come out of pocket for your fuel, your equipment, your streaming gear, your radar, all that stuff requires money and comes out of pocket. So if you do wish to support stream, all donations would be appreciated. Not required, but are very much appreciated. Those go towards the expenditures of like fuel, all the costs associated with doing these streams for you, helping you keep informed, weather aware, letting you see these things live as it happens. Up in the top of the stream there, you'll see my donation links through Venmo and PayPal. Like I said, all donations, all support is very much appreciated. It helps me be able to do this for you guys and make these things possible. So we're going to head west here a little bit. I'm going to see if I can't get in position. These storms from Topeka, down in the Topeka area, are kind of keeping a northeast track. If they keep that same track, should be able to intercept those as they continue that track. But we'll just kind of see how it goes, see what continues to pop and develop for us as the evening rolls on. If you are watching and you wouldn't mind, hit that share button and share this out to your friends, your family, especially if they live in the northwest Missouri, northeast Kansas, even southeast Nebraska, southwest Iowa areas. Those are the primary areas that I chase in and that I monitor these storms, that I chase this weather, track this weather. So I do everything I can to get the word out, keep you weather aware, keep you informed. Temperature's down to about 91 degrees. We'll see how that kind of plays into things with those higher dew points. We've had a lot of southwesterly winds really driving the moisture up north into this area here throughout the day. Kind of steady southwesterly winds pushing the moisture, kind of give a little bit of fuel to these for these storms to pop. So up there in the corner of the stream there, you'll see my social tags for Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, of course. You can also find my email there if you want to reach out to me. I'm on Instagram at JDSmithWX, Facebook and YouTube, both Storm Chaser Jeff Smith. You can always go to my profile on Facebook. You click the three dots, find that invite friends, and invite your family, your friends, like I said, especially if they live in northeast Kansas, northwest Missouri, southeast Nebraska, southwest Iowa. I try to get as much information as I can, help people stay weather aware, stay safe. So I greatly appreciate you sharing it out to all your family and friends, especially in this area. My initial thoughts were to shoot up into the very northwest corner of Missouri, but like I said earlier, those cells kind of got off and going sooner than I was expecting, so I'd be well behind those cells. It would be all into Iowa and like that by the time I got up that way, so I figured I'd make a play on some of these ones still firing to the southwest here in Kansas. We're under this severe thunderstorm watch until 10 p.m. So that's still plenty of time. I mean, we have, what, 3 hours, almost 3 hours, 15 minutes to have storms fire. It's expected that after that 10 o'clock hour, things kind of taper a bit. I mean, we may have some isolated showers throughout the night, but I think that severe threat will really start to decrease after the 10 o'clock hour, especially after midnight. Not out of question to expect some isolated showers come morning hours, you know, when you're getting up for that morning commute to work or something like that. But after that, it'll probably clear out. I'm going to say there's a marginal risk again tomorrow for the same areas, but I think most of the severe stuff is actually, I might be wrong on this because I glanced at it earlier and I didn't get a second look at it, but I think there is a slight risk back to the west tomorrow, but it's going to be more like northwest Kansas, southwest Nebraska, and kind of that northeast tip of there. If you're following along, and don't be shy to say hi in the chat there. Like I said, kind of just driving here now, kind of into position. Hopefully I can get in position for some storms to come up our way. Don't be afraid to say hi. not gonna lie to you, it kind of gets lonely chatting to yourself in the car quite a bit. Most of this is going to be kind of messy convection. The chances of something really getting isolated off by itself and really going off are pretty slim in terms of something super severe by itself. hopefully we're all still tuning in here, not getting any signal drops bad or anything like that.
Hey Jeff, are you out there, bud?
Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
Hey, when you get a chance, you might refresh your spotter location. It's still showing you right on, looks like right on, what is that, I-29 there at Bingo.
Copy that. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with that. I've refreshed it, I don't know how many times. And every time I do, it says it's already tracking me, so I don't know what's going on with that.
Okay, no problem. Just making sure you was aware of that. Where are you currently at right now?
US 36 westbound. It'd be the Donovan County, Brown County line, headed west. I'm probably going to stop here right out those two county lines where they meet, adjust some settings, and then sit in position, watching the cells coming up from Topeka there.
Copy that. We got you on Midwest Mezzo. We are live, so I might holler at you maybe once you sit and wait, and maybe we can chat a little bit, okay?
Copy that. Getting a little bit of light rain, which is to be expected. Just the cloud cover here, it's not surprising. Like I said earlier, wasn't expecting anything big to really pop off. Maybe a couple severe thunderstorms here and there with some wind, isolated hail, things like that. But I did like to take the opportunity to get out, kind of get the new overlay shown, kind of get out, run a little bit. It's been a while since I've actually got to do a full-on chase setup, so last little one I caught there after my full-time gig. I got off work there around Smithville, Missouri, and got into a little bit of storm there, but nothing major or severe. But this time I've got all the equipment with me, so here I can get out and run with it while I can. Northwest Missouri, it's got pretty good bit of cells going on there. They're pretty much right about the Missouri-Iowa line. They're kind of pushing out of southwest Nebraska there now. But I've got a few more cells popping here to the west here in Kansas that are starting to pop up. So I figured I'd take my chances here just to see what happens. And we're going to pull off here, kind of sit. I'm going to get a chance to look at some radar here, and might adjust settings here for my stream just so I don't have any drastic drops or anything of that nature. Might actually, let's see here. Well, we could turn around on this little road here. So we're looking off to the north there towards Nebraska there. I'm going to kind of turn around here. Getting a little bit more rain picking up here. All right. Let me draw in my radar here a little closer for me. So you just got, looks like a bit of widespread rain, light rain, kind of overtaking Brown County, Kansas here, over Hiawatha, Sabetha area, which, like I said earlier, is where my youngest girl was supposed to play a softball game tonight, but that's not going to happen now, obviously, with the whoop, try not to make y'all dizzy there. Let me fix that, adjust that. Whoa. My cam here that I use for my stream kind of gets a little touchy from time to time, really draws in. So I do have a cell, looks to be off to the northwest of Topeka. Looks to go right towards Holton, Kansas. Probably, here about 7:15, so probably about 20 minutes. Could be coming through Holton. Moving about 38 miles per hour. 1/100th of an inch in hail. Does have a MESO of 1 on it, but nothing too drastic or exciting about it. I'll bring you down off of the, show you what I'm looking at here. Let me draw you out here. So looking at radar here, this is the mess here. This is northwest Missouri right now. Do have a couple severe thunderstorms. This is actually tracking right into Iowa. This is going to be right over Maryville right now. Just kind of a messy line there. Bunch of different little cells popping there. Could have made a run for that. But I would have been well behind that as it developed. What I'm kind of watching here is what's firing right down here, Topeka, and then these are new ones popping out here. Kind of coming up here, that blue dot right there, that's me. I'm right at the Brown County, Dauphin County, Kansas line, to the east of Hiawatha. So just kind of watching how these track along here, to see. Our temperature is all the way down to 83. So that's kind of where we're at. If these kind of piddle paddle and don't really divvy up into much of anything, I may make a run back and see if this continues to develop up there. Other than that, it's going to be kind of, you know, a toss-up as to what fires and like that. There is a bunch of different cells firing off all the way down this line here. So anything's possible. Right now, St. Joe, Savannah, they're staying pretty dry. Will all depend. If these cells tend to, you know, decide to shift their course and start drawing to the southeast, and, you know, St. Joe could see a little bit of storms. But that's kind of what we're watching right now. If you're following along with me and you're in the chat there, don't be afraid to say hi. Let me know where you're watching from. Give me one moment here. I will be right back with y'all. Just kind of seeing if these cells to the south here hold their strength or if they drop out. Let me jump over. Let's go over to Kansas City radar. Right now, there's no severe thunderstorms, severe thunderstorm warnings, or anything like that in our general vicinity. There is one just across the state line in Iowa there. Kind of covers Creston, Mount Ayr, kind of that area. Other than that, none of the other cells down along here are severe warned. Do have one cell that's down around Topeka, moving north-northeast at 47 miles per hour. Currently has hail of 40%, 1/100th of an inch on the hail size. DBZ's 56, Bill's 34. Just kind of watching as it moves along here. Do actually have some small cells really popping over the Sabeth area, so I guess it's a good thing they did call the game there for my youngest daughter to play ball. Always err on the side of caution. All right, there we're back. Sorry about that, folks. Had a Wi-Fi drop there for some reason, and it was wanting to reboot and try to pick back up, so sorry about that. Now we're back on. There's a little bit of rotation. Nothing too impressive, but there is a little bit of rotation in the cell that's just to the looks like it's tracking. It's off to the northwest of Topeka. Nothing significant that I would say overly significant, but take that back off and go back here. All right. Well, I always kind of throw the comparison for storm chasing kind of like fishing. You do all your research, search the prime spots, things like that. You may have to move locations, move spots. I'm going to keep my eye on this cell down by Topeka. We may... We might shoot, let's shoot west a little bit more. This little bit of rain here. Hopefully I won't experience any more of those signal drops. That is kind of out of the blue and random. Couple newer cells kind of firing over here by Hiawatha, Kansas, still within the mesoscale discussion polygon there, so the marked area. Bear with me there if the stream kind of freezes up, I apologize. Tend to hit some dead spots here on Highway 36. with me. If it does drop out, we'll try to get reconnected, folks.
Hey Jeff, you available?
Yeah, go ahead.
What's your location right now? Which direction are you heading?
Still headed west, coming over towards Hiawatha. There's a few little cells starting to pop over here. Try to get on those.
Copy that. If you need anything, let me know.
Copy that. Thank you. So if you hear that voice there in the background or on the radio there, that's Jim Subby Sublet, a good friend of mine. We've got to know each other the past year or two, being involved with a nationwide weather team, and kind of parted ways with them here a few months ago, and we partner in Midwest Meso Project now, along with several other independent storm chasers. Subby's a good friend of mine. He's a on-air forecaster meteorologist with KDKD in Clinton, Missouri. He tends to moderate some things for us from time to time, so he's a wonderful resource for me to have. Getting over here by Hiawatha, Kansas. So cell's starting to line that's up in northwest Missouri that's tracking into southwest Iowa. Some cells are starting to pop up on the ends of that, this southwest end of it. That's what I'm going to try to come up on here. This is about Hiawatha. Just a few little cells starting to pop, so I'm going to try to get on those and ride those out, see how we do here. There's some rain bands there you can kind of see there in the distance up ahead. Cut through, we're going to cut right up into Hiawatha here, truck a little north. Get past the north city limits here. Kind of get a little better view to the west. Doesn't look like much really up here. Little bit of rain. Looks like they've gotten. Wind really isn't blowing or anything. Looks like temperature's about 80 degrees. If you're just tuning in with me, out here just kind of chasing the severe weather potential that was for today. Kind of that slight risk, marginal risk areas. Main hazards that are potential, some isolated gusting winds, upwards of 70 miles per hour. Associated hail also as well. There, we're back. Apologize for that, folks. Kind of have brief moments of where my internet wants to kick out, and I'm not really sure why. My hotspot does say it wants to perform an update, but I'm trying to avoid that because kind of that Kansas-Nebraska line here. But we'll get up here. Like I said, there's some cells that are popping up along here that better than just sitting there watching a little bit of rainfall. Figured we'd get up here on these. Oh, nice CG there. Let me see if I can get my side cam here going for you. We'll see if we can't switch. Just kind of watching this right here. I'll try to get in a better position here, but let me bring up. Give me one moment. I'll be right back. Let's do a camera switch here. Let's see if we can switch up here. There we go. So this camera here, we're looking off to the west, kind of southwest. Almost want to be in a little higher spot here, but just kind of watching this stuff here. It's a little messy looking, but it's got some movement to it. Got some thunder popping now. Getting a little bit of a hell core up ahead of me here. We might move in line for that. Hopefully I don't lose you on the stream, but we're gonna switch. There we go. All right. Let's go ahead. Let's make a move. This is a little more messy looking. This is more of what I'm talking about. A little bit more thunderstorm action here. I'd come all the way out into Brown County for it, but hey, oh, looks like our radar came off. There we go. Let's get that back in motion here. There we go. All right. So hang tight with me because past chases, things tend to drop out here, so just bear with me. Hopefully I can get you guys some CG or something on the stream here. I'd like to find a good high point. Kind of a wide open look, I guess you could say, would be nice. Bear with me here. Oh, just got some CG to the back of me here. Let's see here. Little like station thing. I don't know if I could get up to it though. Yeah, it looks like it's private. Oh no. No. We drop out. Dang it. Come on, baby. Come back. No data. Come back. Oh, come back. Bring it back, baby. Love when it says no data. Fast moving clouds. Kind of messy scud. Trying to get in a decent position. Well, but also where we could kind of see these storms. Currently hoping I get turned around here. I can get my stream back up and going. Starting to get a little bit of wind here. A little bit of wind picking up. The cell that I'm sitting on, moving about 54 miles per hour to the northeast. Hell's about 40%. A little bit of hail in it. I'm gonna give you guys kind of a zoom back around there. We're gonna be overcome with some rain here in a moment. Do have a cell down towards Topeka now that does have a special weather statement on it, so I will be keeping an eye on that. If you're just tuning in, I'm just north of Hiawatha, Kansas. Not quite to the Nebraska state line. Currently, this view that you see here, we're looking off to the south. We're up ahead of the cell a little bit. We're about to get taken over by some rain here, some heavy rain. So I think we're going to go ahead and make a move here. We're going to shoot south of this cell a little bit, back towards Hiawatha. Woo. Don't get stuck here, Jeff. Oh. All right, here we go. Hitting some heavy rain here in a moment. Heavy rainfall. If the stream drops, just bear with me. We'll get back to it. We're going to kind of cut through the tail end of this cell here. Try to get back on it. Or get to the south of it at least. Bit of lightning. Looks like a small hail core might be developing on this right ahead of us. We might encounter just a little bit of hail. Get some wind gusts with this, getting a little push on the car. I would say maybe 40 mile per hour gusts. Just a little bit of a push. Judging by the tree movement and what it feel on the car. Definitely heavy rainfall though. Water on the roadway and the wind pushing on me. Definitely getting swished all over. Definitely heavier wind gusts here. I'd say this is more 50, 60 mile per hour here. Definitely getting a good push. Get back south out of this. Bear with me here. If we drop, we'll come back up. Oh, oh, nice. Hopefully you caught that on the stream. That was some CG right near the car there. Well, it lit up my whole windshield. Oh, yeah. A little bit of hydroplane in there. So if you are in the Brown County area, 73 highway, with this heavy rainfall, there is water on the roadways. Use caution driving. A little bit of that flash flooding, I guess you could say, but definitely standing water. Hey, Subby, just giving an update. I'm up here just north of Hiawatha, Kansas. Heavy rainfall. Gusts, probably 60 mile per hour wind gusts. Getting whipped pretty good. Water standing on the roadways. A lot of CG lightning.
Yes, we got you live. Yep. Look like you're having a little bit of fun out there.
A bit of slipping and sliding. Slippery when wet. Visibility's down quite a bit as well. Generally, about this point, I'm headed back towards Hiawatha, and generally you can see the north edge of town, but visibility's down quite a bit with this heavy rain. Trees are whipping pretty good. Ooh, there's some more of that CG. Hopefully y'all are catching that on the stream. We're going to come back into Hiawatha here, see if we can't get out of this rain. Pretty good little tailwind on this cell that we're in. We'll see if we can't get south of this and clear the rain a little bit. Then we'll look for our next cell here. Yeah, it's coming down pretty good. Hiawatha, Kansas, definitely getting some heavy rainfall. It's gonna be kind of blurry, but I can give you a shot back to the east. No longer under that rain-free bay, so on to the east. Definitely some heavy water on the roadways here coming through town. You can hear it kind of slushing up under the vehicle. If you're out and about and you are driving in this, just definitely use caution. Take your time. Quite a bit of rain coming down, so water on the roadways to be expected. We want to avoid hydroplaning. Definitely, if you've got heavy water across the roadway, got quite a bit of puddling here. But always remember, turn around, don't drown. That's very key. Woo! Yep, like I said, Hiawatha, got some low areas of standing water. I just hit that there. Alright. We're back to 36 highway. There's just a little portion of this cell left to get through. But we're back here. I'm going to kind of probably hang right at the south edge of town here. See if this cell can clear out. Then I'll look for my next one. But pretty decent cell that just come through. It is moving off to the northeast. So if you're in the, let's see. This likely is going to trek probably Oregon, Missouri, Mountain City, Missouri. This is moving off your direction, so just be aware. Heavy rainfall, cloud to ground lightning. Wind gusts, I would say 60 miles per hour. We're just going to pull off here. Swing over here by the Casey's. One thing about it, you can always find Casey's. That's the last thing. Hopefully I'm not gonna blow the pump for somebody, but just want to pull off of that a little bit. All right. So it does look like off to the southwest, it looks like we're clearing out some, so that's good to see. Get this cell moving some more here. Hopefully I don't lose my internet. Back. Didn't realize the awning there dropped me out on my internet. All right. So we're actually back here, south edge of Hiawatha, Kansas here. Pretty good little cell that came through. We're just going to kind of ride along here. Right along 36. I'm gonna get turned around at this church here, and we'll take a look at radar, kind of get a target picked out here. Hopefully y'all got to see some of that cloud to ground lightning on the stream. This is definitely we go. We should be back. All right. Gonna take a look at radar here. Let's see what we got. It's a pretty decent cell. Had a meso of 1 on it. Moving about 36 mile per hour, but the wind gusts in that were pretty decent, honestly. It does look like there's a new severe thunderstorm warning over the Maryville area. This cell that just came through Hiawatha is going to be tracking that way as well. So that is my if it does, I do sincerely apologize. Give you a look here to the this is actually looking to the southeast here. You can kind of see the cell moving there. The storm's moving. Kind of some messy clouds there. A lot of scud. A little bit of low level. There is some lightning with that. Do got a little bit of motion in the clouds here, though. We're looking right about there. While we're sitting here, grab a few photos of this while we're sitting here. Do have a little bit of lower level clouds over there, right? Kind of lower the base there. Looking off to the southeast there, actually. You can see the motion of the storm. It is moving off to the northeast. Just snagging some pictures while I'm sitting here. I'll be sure to get these posted up when we can. I'm kind of watching the lower base, kind of the low base of that cloud out to the southeast. Definitely could be something that we could follow up on. Kind of do have, it's kind of messy, but down here there is a lowering. Not really organized enough to, I would call it a wall cloud or anything like that, obviously, but just kind of watching Good thunder. Got good pictures here. Let me kind of turn here the vehicle, and we'll get that front. Actually, I might go out on the highway here. Get in position to watch this cell as it moves off. Get back. Again, if you're just tuning in with me, I'm up here in Hiawatha, Kansas, Brown County, Kansas. Tracking the storms. They're kind of moving in this area. Development along that line that's stretching all the way from, like, I think like Wisconsin, Michigan, something like that, all the way down, kind of almost Oklahoma, Texas even. I'd actually have to look at radar again to see how far it actually stretches, but I know they were talking the potential, but this is starting to look a little bit meaner. You can kind of see up ahead here some of the standing water on the roadway here. Hiawatha did get hit with some heavy rains not too long to move up the highway here a little bit, but let me get turned around here, folks. It's crazy that we can see the sun popping to the west here, but I'm going to go ahead and stay with this cell here. We're going to go ahead and track it as it moves off to the northeast here. Stay on it. Ooh, nice CG there. Keep your eyes peeled to the stream here, because you good chance we're going to see some cloud to ground lightning with this. That's been kind of a prevailing factor with the cell. We're just going to move up the highway here a little bit, tracking back east now. Kind of heading towards this darker part. Hopefully y'all are still there with me. Looks like I'm buffering a little bit. There we go. Now we're back. So kind of catching back up here. We're tracking east a little bit on 36. Staying with this cell here. Got a little oomph to it, a little bit of hail, lots of cloud to ground lightning to it. Nothing really organized, I guess you could say. We're just going to kind of stay with it, track it along here as it continues to move to the east, northeast. Little bit of lowering here. It's kind of more, scuddy, kind of nothing really organized to it, but a little bit of lower level clouds there. We're just going to kind of stay with this here. Stay with me. Hopefully we're not dropping out the stream too much here. Making our way back here along the Brown County, Donovan County line. Looks like I'm buffering up a little bit here. Oh, yeah. She's still buffering. Goodness gracious. Come on, baby. Bring us back. Get a better signal here to where this won't drop out. Oh my goodness, people, what are we doing? Coming to a drastic slowdown there on the highway. Bear with me, folks. We're going to try to get this back up and going here. It's still stuck back there. Oh my goodness. Come on now. Bear with me, folks. Hopefully we'll get back in here. The stream definitely hitting some drop here. Some frame drops. We'll try to get into a more better signal area here. See if I can get back up here on this road here, and hopefully we can get that signal back in. Definitely having some frame drop here. I apologize for that. I'm going to go ahead and record a little bit here just because we are having some frame drop. That way, if I do get anything good while there's frame drop, hopefully we can kick it back in. We're gonna take this exit here. I'm gonna try to get pointed onto the storm a little bit. Hopefully we can get signal back in here. let's see if we're coming back in here, if we're going to connect. There we go. I think we're back, folks. I think we're back. Let's see what we got here. I see the chat is back up. Now if we can try to bring things back up here. All right. If you guys can see up ahead here, I'll try to zoom into it. We do have a rainbow. If this will cooperate. Let me pull it back here. Right. Whoop. Come on now. It's trying to have a mind of its own. There we go. Let me zoom in here, maybe. See if it'll let me. Without making you guys nauseated as it's making me. Anyways. Let me, alright. Anyways. Right there, we got a rainbow. I'm actually going to see if I can step out here and snag some pictures. See if I can't catch that. Hopefully y'all are seeing that as well. We're dropping some frames here, but hopefully I can get this to stay up. That is my hopes. We're see if we can we're going to become current here with my stream. All right, let's see here. All right, I'm going to step out and snag some pictures here real quick. I'd like that rainbow. I'm going to snag some of it here. Oh yeah, she's coming fully defined on this rainbow here. We switched to video mode here. So we got recording, we got double rainbow up all the way. We've got a full rainbow. Lands over there, full rainbow. Double. All right, guys. So let me get my stationary camera out here, and I think I've got enough that I can get you guys a view of this. Be easier to, let's just switch over to this camera here. There we go. All right. So So there you go. We've got the double rainbow, and it is full, a complete rainbow all the way over here. You can kind of see the double, but the one is extremely full. A full rainbow across the sky here. Pretty cool. Definitely love it. Very photogenic too. I've got some good photos of it. I'm gonna try to snag a couple more photos of the full rainbow here. So just bear with me. I'm trying not to make you dizzy or anything. I'm gonna see if I can get some photos of the full thing here. Alright, I'm back in the car with y'all. I apologize. I go quite a ways backwards to get some decent photos of that. Had to take a little trip up the field. Wasn't ready to do exercise like that per se. All right, let me move a little bit here. Looks like the second half of this is faded out. We're gonna move over a little bit here. Starting to get dark to the southwest again. So I'm gonna take a look here at the models, but hopefully you guys enjoyed that rainbow. That was definitely pretty cool, I thought. So go back to my live chat here. All right, if you get a chance, comment in the comment section there. If you're streaming along with me, watching the stream, let me know what you thought of that rainbow. It was definitely beautiful. Can't wait to check out the photos on that. I'm going to adjust something real quick, check radar, and I'll be right back with you guys, so hang tight. guys. Hey, Tammy, I saw you subscribe to the channel. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks for subscribing. If you guys like what you see, I know we haven't got into anything severe. Of course, that wasn't expected. Maybe a little heavy rain, some hail, things like that, strong winds. But if you guys are enjoying the content, you enjoyed the rainbow, actually, you can kind of see it popping back up here again, that second half of the rainbow. It's pretty beautiful, honestly. That's a payoff. That's a win for me, just to see nature in its beauty like that. It's not about the tornadoes and all that for me. It's just seeing nature in its raw form, the power and the beauty of nature. I love it. Yes, it's nice to get a tornado here and there, but when you get, photogenic cells or just photogenic storms in general that produce rainbows or cloud formations, things like that, I absolutely love it. But as I was saying, if you guys enjoy what you see, you're enjoying the stream, the content, be sure, number one, to hit that like and subscribe button. I saw Tammy subscribe, so much appreciated. Thank you so much. You can find me on Facebook at Storm Chaser Jeff Smith. Be sure to follow that page. That's where I post updates when I may be going live, things like that. Obviously, here on my YouTube channel, Storm Chaser Jeff Smith. And I'm also on Instagram at jsmithwx. You'll see those kind of scroll from time to time up here in the corner. Whoop, sorry about that. Camera going a little haywire there again. You'll see them scroll up in the top corner there. As you may know, some of you may not, storm chasing and being able to provide this content is pricey. It's expensive to do. I'm not sponsored by anybody, so all the expenses come out of my pocket. I do have a full-time job, but the expenses for like gas, equipment, the travel, everything to be able to bring this content to you guys, I pay out of pocket. If you do wish to, want to support my stream, donate, whether it be a couple dollars for a coffee or, a little bit towards gas or anything like that. All support is much appreciated. It all goes towards gas and the expenses of keeping equipment up and things like that. You can do so. I'll let my donation links shine up here, up in the top of the stream there. You can find me on Venmo and PayPal. Like I said, all support is greatly appreciated. It's not necessary, but greatly appreciated. It does help go towards the expenses of being able to bring this content to you guys, and I appreciate it. Let me fix my camera here. All right, guys, so I'm gonna get going on the road here. Looks like Doniphan County, Wathena, Elwood area is getting this storm now, so I'm gonna shoot back east, try to come up on the backside of this storm. So hopefully my stream holds, and we'll try to get into a little bit more. It doesn't really seem like much is populating towards the west here, but we can always reroute and go after it again. You're going to see that other half of that rainbow right there in the middle of the screen there. Nice and bright. The sun is really highlighting it. Hi, Kat. Thanks for tuning in. Got beautiful, beautiful rainbow here. Yeah, it was nice to see that full rainbow. Good photos there. Hopefully we won't drop out too much, but yeah, that's a beautiful rainbow. Nice and bright. The sun's really highlighting it. Crossing back into Doniphan County here, so we're going to be headed east. Like I said, Wathena, St. Joe, you're about to get this storm. It's kind of gotten more linear. Kind of lengthened out, but it's coming into St. Joe right now, So expect some heavy rain, some wind, maybe some small hail. But other than that, nothing too severe. Just some wind gusts and some hail, or light hail, heavy rain. Oh, Kevin's out this way. Yeah, I haven't really seen too many beacons going there on the spotter network, but they have dropped the tornado, or sorry, not tornado, excuse me, the severe thunderstorm warning that was covering, or sorry, severe thunderstorm watch. Let me clarify, severe thunderstorm watch. That was covering a good portion of northeast Kansas. They did drop a lot of that, which tells me that they're not really expecting much convection to happen, any severe potential or anything like that. A lot of things have fizzled out. Donovan County, Atchison County, Kansas are still under that. And then you got your northwest Missouri counties, and then up into southern Iowa there as well. So for the most part, this is probably kind of fizzling out. I will say, I will get up the road here a little ways. I'm back in Donovan County, headed east. But we'll take a look at radar. We'll kind of see what we got. If there is anything worth going after. But honestly, looking down through Kansas, a lot of little cells that pop up fizzle right back out. So it tells me maybe a lot of the ingredients have been eat up by these cells. I mean, temperature's down to 74 now. So this event may be pretty well done for this general area. Oh, he lost his login and email. Uh-oh. Not good. There is a special weather statement that just come over. Looks like Andrew County, Missouri, Buchanan County, Missouri. This is going to be for the cell that I was on as I came through Hiawatha. I'm not sure. Let's see what their special weather statement says. It's only for the next 27 minutes. Looks like wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour, pea-size hail, which kind of be expected. That is kind of what I was encountering. Although I will say I did hit some 50, 60 mile per hour wind gusts just north of Hiawatha as I was coming back into Hiawatha. I would say that was pretty justified just by the bend in the trees and the push on my vehicle. So, but yeah, so St. Joe, Buchanan County, Andrew County, you guys are probably getting it now. Wind gusts 40 miles per hour, pea-size hail. Heavy rain, definitely don't discount the heavy rain. There are several areas I know personally on the Missouri side, 36 Highway and I-29. There are some areas that hold water, especially 36 from about 229 to the Highway or 169 there, that do hold quite a bit of water. So just be aware of those threats for that standing water from the heavy rainfall. It's going to be very easy to hydroplane, and it doesn't take much. Right there in the center of the stream was some CG lightning off to our east. Hopefully you guys saw that. I'll have to go back in the stream and see if I caught that. If I did, I'll get a screen grab on it. Here in a moment, I'll bring up my side view cam, see if we can get a little bit better shot to the north here, kind of the northwest of that last little, thank you, of that last little bit of that rainbow there. Yeah, that cam's kind of blurry. We'll flip over to that cam real quick. Just had lightning a few blocks from home. Oh, hey, that must be my oldest son. We'll see if we can't get a shot of that other part of that rainbow there. Kind of laggy, I apologize for that. But you can kind of see it fizzling out over the horizon there. Not much left to it. It's kind of losing its strength, but not as defined as it once was. Alright. Get my window back up. Limit some of that noise. Alright. But yeah, to the west behind me here, I mean the sun's back out, there's blue skies back there. So I think for the most part, Kansas pretty much kind of fizzling out. Like I said, you got little clusters that pop up, but then they fizzle right back out pretty quick. I just don't think there's much ingredients left in the environment for anything severe to really take off. Hence why they dropped the severe thunderstorm watches for those portions of Kansas. They've even taken them out for southeast Nebraska. These storms are kind of rolling into Missouri now. A little linear from Andrew County down to Buchanan County. But even after that, anything else is pretty much losing its gusto, losing its strength. Yeah, it took me a minute to recognize your name there in the chat, son, your screen name there, so apologize if I didn't immediately recognize you until you said Dad. My oldest boy there in the chat, he's come out with me time to time, getting ready to turn 26 here in August. Can't even imagine or think about the fact that I have a 26-year-old, soon to be 26-year-old. Ooh, nice CG lightning again there on the horizon up ahead. Hopefully y'all saw that in the stream. I'm gonna have to go back and review this stream and look for some screen grabs of that lightning. But keep watching up ahead on the stream. You may see some of that lightning because we're looking towards St. Joseph, Missouri, Buchanan County. We're a few miles out from there, but obviously lightning you can see for a ways. Yeah, I'm a lot older than most people think I am. I'll actually be here first part of July. I'll be 47 years old, so I've got 2 older kids, 2 younger kids. Yeah, the cloud lightning, that's been a frequent thing throughout. Barring that it hits something and destroys something, but I'm just fascinated by the cloud-to-ground lightning. It's just beautiful. I love it. Just part of that raw beauty of nature, I guess you could say. Like I said, I'm not like some chasers. It's not all about the tornadoes for me and all that. Yes, it's nice to catch them. Yes, it's nice. Number one, it's about protecting people, keeping people safe, keeping them weather aware. But then two, I love seeing nature in its raw form, the beauty, but also the raw power that it has. So storm cells, another nice CG there. Hopefully that was on the stream. But just the raw power and beauty of nature, that's what it'd be for me. You'll be 35 in 4 weeks or so. Is that like end of July or first part of August? We're coming by Troy, Kansas here. Headed east. We're in Doniphan County. Headed back east. We're kind of getting to the outer edges of that cell that's moving into the Missouri area now, or moving through St. Joe actually right now. So that's why we're going to see a little bit more lightning. The sky's going to look a little darker. But all in all, once it moves on, I mean, that's pretty much it. There may be a few rogue pop-up cells through the night. I don't expect them to have much oomph behind them, other than maybe some lightning and thunder. For the most part, there's just going to be some rain, a little bit of wind, like maybe some pea-sized hail if that. But for the most part, I think the biggest part of this is pretty much fizzling out throughout Kansas, and most of it's pushing off northwest Missouri, pushing off into the east-northeast, kind of that south part of Iowa there. So I think mainly for the Midland Empire area. July 13th, Cat. Mine's July 8th, so just a few days before yours. But yeah, I think once this pushes on off to the northeast east, as it moves through northwest Missouri, I would say you expect to see them go ahead and early expire those severe thunderstorm watches. I wouldn't be surprised if they do that. Just because I think the environment, the ingredients, is going to kind of fizzle out for anything severe. That severe potential is going to decrease, especially when the sun goes down. If you guys are following along, definitely be sure you're subscribing to my channel. Share it. Tell your friends, tell your family. Get the word out. Have them follow my page on Facebook, Chaser Jeff Smith. Especially if they live in northwest Missouri, northeast Kansas, southeast Nebraska, southwest Iowa. Those are the primary areas that I chase storms in, track weather in. Occasionally I will go out of that area, but most of the time I stay right in that kind of that Four Corners region. So please share, spread the word, have them follow my social media. I do my best to keep people weather aware, keep them informed, especially of severe weather setups, all hazards that affect this general area. If they were going to turn. Oh, that was awesome. Hopefully you saw that, chat. Right dead center of the screen. Nice cloud to ground lightning. Definitely going to have to go through my stream and see if I can get some screen grabs of the lightning. If I do, I'll get those posted. I'll have to give me some time to get that, but I do have to resume the adult life tomorrow, go back to my full-time gig. Unfortunately, I don't get paid to do this. I pay out of pocket to do this. So, as I mentioned earlier, all support is appreciated. Because I love this. This is a passion. If I could do this full-time, I would. If I could make a living of it, support my family doing this, I absolutely would. I love the weather. Just fascinated by it. But unfortunately, I'm not making a living at this. I'm not sponsored by anybody. I don't get any support. So it's all out-of-pocket expenses. So I like other chasers that aren't sponsored, all that, we do have donation links if you care to support or tip us, to show your support, to help us be able to do this, to get this information to you guys, to bring you along when we're out traveling like this and it helps with the expenditures of gas, keeping our streaming equipment up and going, maintenance on our vehicles, because obviously we use personal vehicles to do this. So yeah, as I'm as I'm coming closer to the St. Joe area, Cat, it's definitely darkened down quite a bit. More of a hazy appearance. Temperature has actually increased from where I was, kind of that Brown County, Doniphan County line. The temperature actually, it was probably 70, 72 there, back up to 77 now, just outside of Wathena here. But I may trek over onto the St. Joe side. I may follow the cells a little bit. Why not? Because they look going to track along 36 highway. So I may just follow in behind them, get some lightning shots, let you guys see some stuff. About 12, 13 minutes till 9 o'clock. Said initial until 10 p.m. I wouldn't be surprised if they drop those off sooner. But yeah, Cat, I was wondering, because that's where my oldest boy is, and he was talking about the cloud ground lightning and it kind of being intense up Santa area. They do have a special weather statement over that area that includes that area, so looks like a little bit more intensity in the cells. Not a whole lot, but the cell markers do have some intense indicators. I'm going to try to get over on the Missouri side, and we'll chase that out a little bit. Through Wathena here. I figure I'm already out, so might as well just play with it a little bit. But we'll cross over into St. Joe, Missouri, Buchanan County, and we'll just kind of see how this line plays out. If it does start to intensify a little bit, then we'll kind of roll with it. But I mean, as you can see in the stream, I mean, it's definitely darker towards the Missouri side. Some good lightning flashes. Sorry about that, guys. We kind of dropped out on my Wi-Fi again, but we're back, and looks like this cell kind of slowed down a little bit over Buchanan County and Andrew County, because we've kind of caught up to it. It's looking a little more intense to that area, so we're going to shoot over to it. It's awfully dark. I mean, granted, it's almost 9 o'clock, but definitely dark over here. We're still on the Kansas side, but we're gonna shoot over there to the Missouri side and kind of run with this cell. definitely going to see some cloud to ground lightning. It's kind of popping all over here. Stay tuned in. I appreciate you hanging in there for the drops there, but we'll definitely get that figured out. But looking up towards Andrew County, looking towards Buchanan County, it's definitely a little darker. We'll see what we got. Ooh, nice. Let me see if I can bring up the camera here a little bit. That was good. Alright. We're going to get over here to Buchanan County. Let me draw in my radar here a little bit more. Definitely looks like it intensified a little bit as it's rolling over here. We're going to... And we got a... looks like a severe thunderstorm warning has popped. Oh yeah, definitely more intense lightning over here, more frequent lightning. Get things switched over to the Missouri alerts. So we're over here, Buchanan County. We're in St. Joseph, Missouri now. Coming through 36 here. I'm going to try to get to the east edge of town here, the east city limits. A little more into this cell as it's moving. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning on it. Ooh, a little bit of hydroplaning. Like I've mentioned, ladies and gentlemen, please be careful if you're on the roadways. With this heavy rainfall, you do get standing water. So just be aware of that as you're traveling. We're going to try to we're kind of in the mix of this. We may actually get a little ahead of it. I don't know. We're going to try to get caught up here to the severe thunderstorm warning on it. kind of see me slipping and sliding on the road there. There's a lot of standing water. Eastbound and westbound 36 highway, there is a good amount of standing water. As I was saying, standing water. As I was saying, eastbound, westbound US 36, a lot of standing water. More so on the in lanes. Be aware of that. Looks like I got some data drop here. We're gonna try to shoot east. I'm trying to get out ahead of this as much as I can. Hopefully the stream's still holding up. I do show an error, but I also show some frame. Alright, we're back. Sorry about that, guys. They had that nice lightning flash and dropped the camera there on the stream. I'm trying to get out ahead of this storm, or this cell that's moving. We're going to be moving into the severe thunderstorm warning polygon. Definitely some heavy rain, wind. All right, guys, I apologize for that. Hopefully you made it back here to me, or you didn't disappear too much. For some reason, my mobile hotspot decided to go into update mode, and I completely lost the stream. Thankfully, it looks like I've got it back, I hope. Yeah, absolutely, Kat. It was kind of a combination of a data hole and my hotspot deciding to perform an update. Crazy. The good news is I made it ahead of this. Let me see if I can get it to pop up here. Everything's wanting to flop around. Severe thunderstorm warning that expires in 16 minutes for 3/4 inch hail, 60 mile per hour wind gusts. This is going to be southeastern Buchanan County, Clinton County, and southwestern DeKalb County. It's kind of where I'm at. Like I said, I'm trying to outrun this cell. Get ahead here. I'm going to get up here towards Cameron and then face back in. You can see right here, this is the 2 severe thunderstorm warnings that we have that are in effect. One for 16 minutes, one for 18 minutes, both 3/4 inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. There are some hail cores on there. You can definitely see those. We're still in that marginal risk area, so we'll definitely proceed on. We'll get up here to Cameron. We'll find a good spot. We'll face back into it and watch it come in. While I was going through the data drop, update load, all that crap, sorry I say crap, but it was a little frustrating. There was some good heavy rain, strong wind. Definitely kind of punched through that cell to get out ahead of it. But we'll get on east here, get up here to Cameron. We'll turn back, we'll watch it come in. Find a good spot to sit, face back to the west. And just kind of watch this thing come in. But definitely, since we're getting more nocturnal here, starting to move into the late night hours, definitely not going to chase this much more beyond. Hey Subby, just for FYI, I had a data hole, and then my mobile hotspot decided to go into update mode, which is why I dropped out for a little bit, lost everything, got everything back up. I'm actually in Missouri, northwest Missouri, on US 36 eastbound. I'm ahead of this big cell where the 2 severe thunderstorm polygons are. I'm going to get up here to Cameron, Missouri, and then face back to the west and watch it come in, and then I may look at ramping after that. Looks like we're running into one more of those data holes here, so just bear with me. Hopefully we can up our data here a little bit when we get up here. I think I'm going to learn some better techniques with streaming. I'm definitely learning some things as I go here. Settings, better settings, things like that. So hopefully we'll stay on here. Hopefully we won't drop out. I'm almost to Cameron here. Not too much further. And then, like I said, we'll get back we'll get back facing east and watch these cells roll in. I'll try to find a good spot to sit. It won't take shouldn't take too long for those cells to catch up with me. Definitely a lot of data holes out through here. A little rocky on the stream side, but definitely going to work on improving some settings and try to do it a little better next time. Hoping I'll get some better service the closer I get to Cameron here. My bit rate will come up a little bit more. Back in the 4000s there. Let's see what happens. Looking for it to say excellent instead of error. Oh, lordy, lordy. The trials and tribulations of live streaming, folks. The trials and tribulations of live streaming. Especially mobile live streaming. buffering circle. Alright. Getting a little closer to Cameron here. I don't know why I show an error on the stream there, but should be showing excellent. We'll see. Hard to say, hard to say. I was hoping that tower there would be a place I could pull off, but it doesn't look like it. So we'll get turned around here. I was hoping I'd have a spot to sit, but it doesn't look like it. I'm just outside of Cameron. We'll go up a little ways here and I'll get turned around. Looks like we're data dropping again. If somebody could comment for me if you're in the chat there, let me know how the stream looks, if it's still buffering or lagging or what we got going on there, just so I have kind of an idea. We are going to go ahead and kind of trek back east just a bit here, or sorry, back west just a bit here. Trying to find a good spot to where I could pull off, and we could watch this these cells come in. Just somewhere that has a good view, but I don't want to be like in the middle of the highway or anything like that, of course. Try to find an ideal spot, hopefully. But I don't want anything with a bunch of lights that obviously blocks my view. We are going to be coming back into it. There we go. That's what I was looking for, was that excellent. Now if I can just find a good spot that's going to hold, where we can sit and watch this thing come in. Definitely hitting some wind here. Thought about sitting here, but looks like that's somebody's personal property, so we're not gonna do that. We'll just continue trekking east a little, or sorry, back west a little bit here. Definitely don't want to sit on anybody's personal property. Hopefully I don't drop out again, but keep hitting those data holes. Nothing else, you're getting a decent light show. Might have to refresh my radar here. Let me so definitely looks like we're going to be running into these cells momentarily. Just trying to find a somewhat decent spot to pull off. Kind of hard to do. Most of what's along this road is personal property and stuff, and don't want to really get into anybody's personal property. I might be able to get back up here. Let's see. coming into it here in a moment. Ooh, I don't know what that little spot was there. But we do have a little water tower thing here. We're going to get backed up here. Maybe. Oh. Hold on. Might have bottomed out my car there a little. Completely missed the little road here. There we go. This is what I'm looking for. Oh yeah. We will get backed up here. Just so we're off the road enough. There we go. Alright. And we will go dark. Just so you guys can come in. Hopefully I didn't lose too many of you. Definitely hitting a lot of data drops throughout here, especially with the heavy rain. Things are wanting to freeze up and not getting signal. I'm currently traveling back west on US 36. We're currently in the midst of those cells. There is a special weather statement on this cell currently as we're moving through it. I believe it's mainly for heavy rain, wind gusts, maybe pea-sized hail. Making my way back to making our way through this special weather statement. Traveling westbound on US 36 back towards St. Joseph, Missouri. Pretty much going right through the line of these cells here that spawn the special weather statement. Special weather statements in effect for the next 10 minutes. Mainly producing wind gusts of 50 to 55 miles per hour. I would agree with that. We're kind of hitting that right now. Pretty much kind of in the area of Stewartsville. We are driving right into the rain with those wind gusts. So good to see motorists are using caution with the driving. But definitely wind-driven rain. We are right in the heart of that cell, so pushing right through it. Eventually we'll get through this heavy. Alright, there we go, we're back. I apologize, guys. We ran right through heavy rain there. I wasn't getting good signal. We're kind of right at that western edge of that special weather statement. It is set to expire here briefly in the next moments or so. We're getting ready to come back into St. Joseph, Missouri. Hopefully we won't have any more dropouts. I do appreciate y'all sticking around to watch. It's just the wonderful trials and tribulations of live streaming, like I said. But we're hanging in here, we're sticking it out. Hopefully y'all have enjoyed the content tonight. I appreciate those of you that have tuned in. Not a whole lot of excitement, just got to see some pretty decent lightning, got to see double rainbow, that was pretty cool. Will admit that. But other than that, it was a good time. I mean, I had fun, got to come out, got to display the new graphics for the overlay for the stream. So hopefully y'all enjoy that, like the looks of that. I just thought it was a little more pleasing to the eye than the dark colors that I did have. So, but we are definitely headed back here to the west, headed towards St. Joe, not too far outside St. Joe. We actually have gotten through the big cell. Do not believe there's much of anything else. Maybe a little bit of light rain. We're going to make our way around this vehicle here now. We got to clear that rain. We did encounter some hail in the rain there when we came through, so definitely encountered some of that. Probably pea-size, I would say, for the most part. Pea-size hail. But, yeah, like I was saying, I'm glad you guys tuned in, followed along with me tonight. I get a chance, I will get through my photos that I took, especially of the rainbow. Some of the structure when I was out in Brown County, Kansas, kind of that Brown County, Doniphan County line, that was where the double rainbow was. Looking forward to the pictures on that. I'll go through my stream here, see if I can't get some screen grabs of the cloud to ground lightning. If I do, I'll get those posted as soon as I can. You can find those probably on my social media, Facebook, Storm Chaser Jeff Smith. Also on my Instagram, JD Smith WX. And then, as always, you know, like and subscribe to my YouTube channel threads. There were no tornado warnings in the area, anything like that. So, just mainly a good time to get out, kind of play a little bit, chase a little bit. It's been a while since I actually got to come out with all my gear and chase. Still got some things on the setup that want to get worked out. Basically, to try to limit these data drops. As far as I know, though, I believe it stayed one consistent stream. So I was having an issue recently in the past. I would lose the stream completely, so I'd have to restart another one, and then that's why on my YouTube channel you may see there was like part. I actually think I found a solution to that. It seems to have worked because it's carried through. I don't think this stream has dropped out one bit. It's going to be one long stream there on my YouTube channel. So that definitely makes me happy. Definitely makes me happy for that, because that was a frustrating part for quite some time. Very frustrating for me to have a stream drop out completely, have to restart another one, do the part 1, part 2. It just makes the YouTube channel look messy, and I don't like that. So if I did find a solution, I'm happy for that, and we'll continue with that trend going forward. But then I definitely need to work on settings a little better. Try to up this stream a little bit better to where I don't have the data drops. I know that sometimes when you're running hotspots and things like that, you can't avoid it completely, but to limit that the best possible I can, that's what I'm going to try to do. Like I said, if you've enjoyed what you saw tonight, you'd enjoyed the content that I put out, like I said, in order to do this, I do it all out of pocket. I'm not sponsored by anybody. I don't have any financial support in doing this. It all comes out of pocket. I fund it myself. But if you care to donate to the stream to help support me, you can do so. I'll drop the links up top here. You can also find links in the video description, but up at the top of the stream there is my donation links for Venmo and PayPal. All support is appreciated. It all goes towards the expenditures of like fuel, travel, maintenance for the vehicle, as well as upkeep on the equipment for live streaming, because this is not cheap at all, folks. Not cheap at all. But anything, $1, $2, $5, whatever, all helps, all is appreciated. Even if it's just to get a cup of coffee sometimes, that's more appreciated than anything. But like I said, I appreciate each and every one of you that has tuned in tonight, chimed in, chatted, showing your support. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you all for riding along with me. I'll probably cross the Kansas line, and then as I continue on in Kansas, working towards my home base here in Northeast Kansas, we'll probably call it a night on the stream. But I greatly appreciate each and every one of you who's tuned in. I've noticed I've gotten a couple more subscribers, so that is greatly appreciated as well. Be sure to spread the word, share my channel, share my social medias to your family and friends. Like I said, especially if they live in Northeast Kansas, Northwest Missouri, Southeast Nebraska, Southwest Iowa. Those are general areas that I chase. So please share with your family and friends. My number one goal is to keep people weather aware, keep people safe, and then also just to share with them the raw power and beauty of nature itself. We're back here in St. Joe. As you can see, things have calmed down quite substantially to when I first came through there earlier. I anticipate there's probably still some areas of standing water, but we're still about 74, 75 degrees with outside temperature. So it may depend on humidity and all that. It may not take much for the pavement to dry up. Of course, if little rain showers come through here and there. But of course, if you see water on the roadways, always use caution. Take your time. Hydroplane can be very, very dangerous. It's no fun. I've done it a few times tonight myself. I laugh about it just because, I'm used to it. I've been through like emergency vehicle operations course and things like that over the years in past careers and stuff, so they kind of test you on all those skills. So it's not something I ever completely like freak out about or something when it happens. I just kind of know what to do. I know how to act without stressing about it, and or respond to the incident at hand. Basically, take action with little thought. So, but we're at 10:06 p.m. Need to call it a night. Turn in for bed. Get up and do the the big boy stuff of going to work tomorrow. But absolutely appreciate each and every one of you who's tuned in tonight, chimed in, said hey. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. We're gonna cross back over the state line here. Honestly, to my knowledge, there's really not anything really happening weather-wise to the west here in Kansas. So we'll bring back up the Kansas alerts, but I don't think anything's really trending that way. There's some flash flood warnings, maybe, it looks like, for Kansas. But other than that, probably a little bit of rain. We're crossing back over the state lines out of Missouri back into Kansas. Excuse me, back into northeast Kansas here. Kind of get back over to where I started from this evening here. Like I was saying earlier, be sure to go like, follow, subscribe to all my social medias. Facebook, Storm Chaser Jeff Smith. YouTube, right here on YouTube, Storm Chaser Jeff Smith. And Instagram, at JDSmithWX. You can go to the Facebook page, click on the dots there, the hash marks, find that little spot that says invite friends. You can invite family and friends from your Facebook page to follow my page, follow my social media there. Like I said, especially if they're in northeast Kansas, northwest Missouri, southeast Nebraska, southwest Iowa, kind of the main territory I cover. Other than that, I think we're going to go ahead and call it a night. I appreciate each and every one of you. We may see some lightning flashes here in the distance to the west. There is one like little cell that's popping up, but it's going to come right up to me here in just a matter of minutes. Nothing spectacular about it. Probably just a little bit of rain producer. But I appreciate each and every one of you. Much love and appreciation for all of you, for all your support. Your support is greatly appreciated and letting me do this. For all tuning in and everything. But everybody have a wonderful night. Remain weather aware. Stay safe. And until next time, we'll do it all again soon. Thank you guys.